So this is the one loft I cleaned maybe a month ago. Mainly has Indian fantails and rollers. I do have my reverse swings in here. All I keep in reverse swings are blacks now. I got rid of all the other colors. I'm just concentrating on blacks. And I believe I have like 3 pairs of black reverse swings. And I got some Mookies in here too. So this, but mainly this loft is Indian fantails and rollers. And also, sorry, I do have a pair of homers in here. I mean, like I put them in here, the homers, just to after they got mated up, just for fun. And apparently, they got along with the rollers, and I never moved them. But I don't add any more homers in here because it's mainly for Indian fantails and the rollers. A lot of James Turner bloodlines in here. There's some Rick Me. There's some Hardesty. And I think I have a few. There's a nice one over here. Few fireballs in here too. Some people have asked me about the Indian fantails. I am selling some Indian fantails. I do have some for sale. And again, on the rollers, a few people have bought some of those bottles from me. I do have some more bottles left, as well as other colors. That's a solid white. There's a hen. So we go inside and take a look what a 1 month clean loft looks like. This is what the loft looks like. And also when I feed my birds, I'm about to feed them right now. I just gave them some corn in my fly pen, but I'll feed them wheat in here in the afternoon, and by evening it will be all gone. There will be no leftovers. I don't like anything leaving around at night. There's an ashford over there. And that is a homer right over there, almond homer. Here's a kite hen. Nice brown chick. She carries bottles. Most of these browns, they all carry bottles. Majority of the birds in here carry bottles. Beautiful pair of rollers over here. It's a drizzle. The drizzle ball head cocktail with a black ball head hen. But you can feel the poop and all getting in here after getting cleaned. It don't take too long. These are some of the mookies. I am selling. I do have some mookies for sale too. I do like these browns. That's a nice brown chick. Nope, they all got scared. They might have seen a hawk. It is cold over here this morning. It's been cold for the past few days. The solid white water cockpit over there. This solid white over here is a hen. It'll make a really good pair. I'm not a big fan of solid white rollers, but you know they do sometimes come out of my almond matings and all. So that bird is most likely like a homozygous almond. Nice young blue chick Indian fancy cocktail that I raised this year. If you look, that is a nice Indian fancy I raised this year. So almost the tail is a solid white. The body is almost black, but you got some white on the face. And the muffs are half white, half black. But if you look at the tail, a couple of feathers on each side are black. But other than that, it's almost a solid white tail. So the young bird I raised this year too. This is a nice pair of dun Indian fantails. You rarely raise dun cockbirds, and this is a nice pair of duns. The loft doesn't look that bad. The first few days when they poop, you know, you have. I mean, I try to clean it because it looks kind of wet, but after a few days with dust and all, it creates that small lining on the bottom, and it don't look that bad. That's a nice pair of Indian fantail saddles in the corner over there. The cock is a red splash saddle, and the hen is a dilute ash red. It's a nice brown Indian fantail I raised this year. That's a beautiful pair over there. They're made of pairs. Now there are some people who like Indian fantails who have said that in their comments, so hopefully they enjoy this video. Now the tails are not that clean. That's another problem. Like with this many birds in here, sometimes the tails don't get that much clean, and most of the tails are growing back after I trim them for breeding. Those are my black reversing powders. I mean, I had them in all colors: black, red, yellow, blue. Blues are really hard to breed, and I decided to get out of blues. Reds and yellows were fine. I mean, I don't really have good luck with yellows, but amazingly I did well with the yellows. Reds were fine too, but I had to cut down on birds and breeds, and I always liked the blacks. That was the first color I had in reverse wings, so I decided to stick with the blacks. And I have 2 breeding pairs, and there are 2 young birds that I raised this year. It rained a little bit over here yesterday, and it was slightly drizzling this morning. My hands are getting cold. young bird is really nice. It's a blue check, well-balanced bird. You still have, you can see some of the tail feathers still growing back over there. So somebody asked me like, how do I prevent birds from crossbreeding? So this is a perfect example. I watch my birds. I know this roller is mated to this mookie, so I'll be either taking the cockbird away or the mookie hen away, and then mate them to the right mates. And after that, you know, release them. Like I wouldn't release if I take the mookie away. I made it to a mookie cockbird and release them in my other loft. Nice mated pair of black mookies. Actually, that's a young bird out of that black pair. He's mated to a black hen. That's his head right over there on the top. And some people might think like, hey, you need to clean this loft again. It looks dirty, but no, this is fine. You know, I'll wait till most likely like next spring before I clean this again, like April or something, because that is the usual time I clean loft. And then after breeding season, clean it again, like twice a year. But you know, if you are one of those people who have the time and want to clean it every day, there's nothing wrong with it. You can do it, but that's what I typically do. And of course, wear a mask when you clean the loft, because that is definitely a must. Otherwise, these dust can really get you. You know, some people are interested in white rollers, so if anybody is interested, I have one pair left. I had several of them because they definitely comes out of my almond mating and some out of my opal mating, and they go fast because people like solid white birds, and I had two left. And it looks like you know, there's a hen over there, and this is a cockbird over here. Well, I guess that's about it. I better go inside before my hands get frozen.